Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Checking in with you. It's 10:16 a.m. So about 45 minutes after the New York Open here on Monday, July 10th. I've had one trade today. A nice 25-point winner here on shorts for a zone reversal. Right back here. But now I'm watching the Dow. We had a big move on the first candle here. Nothing for me to do. We're kind of in the middle of a range there. But now I'm watching for a potential short. As a matter of fact, it's coming up real quick here. So, sell stop order right there. I'll explain the trade in more detail here in a moment. I'll be risking 30 to make 30, so it's a 1-to-1. See if we get triggered in here. I'll show you the three sisters here in the meantime. So there was a divergence here, a very interesting divergence we had on the open here of New York, of course. NASDAQ selling off sharply, Dow rallying sharply. And whenever you see that, you get potential setup here a little bit later on in the move, and this is what I'm looking for now. After that impulse down on the NASDAQ and this orderly pullback, zigzag measured pullback, looking for this to weaken again, potentially, right? And then the same sort of thing here on the more neutral S&P. And then finally a pullback on the Dow. That's what I'm looking for here. And so let me just show you from a structural standpoint by using horizontal lines. Couldn't think if that was a horizontal or vertical line, but that's what happens when you didn't get much sleep on the weekend and you forget your horizontals and your vertical. But I nailed it. It is horizontal. Here we go, guys. Getting ready to get tagged in here. Watching this drop down. So a weakening move. I'll put you on pause in the meantime and I'll bring you back as this thing materializes. And coming down now. See that all three, 1, 2, and 3. See it there? And about to get triggered in here. Not quite yet. Very close. So we've actually broken that structure on the S&P and the NASDAQ, but not yet on the Dow. It's remaining strong. Again, it's been the strongest performer here this morning. You can see we're up 60 basis points here this morning on the Dow, up only 20 on the S&P, and down 12 basis points on the NASDAQ. So it's been a real divergent morning since the open only. Before that, it was quite synchronous, actually. And as a matter of fact, the synchronicity is what bolstered my trade from earlier on the zone reversal. All right, back on pause for now. And just waiting still. 10:21 now. 51 minutes into the session. About to get triggered in here potentially. And there it is. Triggered in. I'm now short the Dow. Let's see if this is likely to follow through or not. Unfortunately, all of a sudden the NASDAQ and S&P are not cooperating with this at all. See that there? Had broken structure, now rallied. The Dow looking like the weakest. So if we get an inversion of this relationship, right, whereas the divergence was in favor of the Dow for strength to the upside. If that reverses with the NASDAQ and S&P being strong and now Dow selling off, then we could get the inverse relationship. And I've seen that before, by the way. That can benefit this trade. We'll see. Reality is, this is part of the reason why I even took this, given that the Three Sisters were not cooperating, is that we're moving into an area here of double, call it triple top, but double top certainly in through here, and that could assist this trade. Down, moving down now. There we go. For those 30 points. Move my market to my actual entry, if you remember, right there. Just being patient now. I'll put you back on pause. I will say this trade is less obvious than some of my setups that are very, very crystal clear around 30-minute zones. This one is in the middle of a zone, but is a form of a trend continuation from earlier down. And you can't see this here, but you can if you look at the Three Sisters and understand the impulse here on the NASDAQ. So on one of the stronger sisters, and then coming into this resistance with this move being very divergent from the other two. And that's an important piece of this. So there's some instinct and intuition on this trade for sure. And I won't shy away from that. It's part of being a fourth decade trader, is that, you can bring some of that to the table and don't always have to have incredibly obvious setups, but they need to be compelling. Oops, that was me. Put you on pause. Let me show this to you now. You can see that kind of wick rejection there. It's only the 1 minute chart, so I don't put a whole lot of stock in wick rejections, but on the micro scale. But you see this beginning to look like it wants to top, and some slowing momentum here on the S&P as well, and a definitive breakdown for now on the Dow. So that inverting relationship. And driving down hard now, guys. Stop to break even. One more push will do it. One more push. And there it is. Thanks for being with me today, guys. Have an amazing afternoon and rest of the week. Thanks for your support and for clicking the like button and subscribe. We will talk to you soon. Take care.